time, there's the Sakura Kalia skin.
Yeah.
Yep, rocked by Super Yosh, who, by the way, played Kalia last week, too.
Yes.
Yep.
Went well against Twisted Minds. The 2 games he got to play Kalea there was a victory for the Barangay.
Against Twisted Minds, and now they're going up against a very similar lineup to Twisted Minds.
But like first half of the season, Twisted Minds.
It's Sindel on the Angela mid once again that we're seeing with cooldown reduction, mystery shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wants to be able to scale up quicker. I think because knowing that the Angela's going to be present in fights a lot, not going to be spending a lot of time getting gold through the lane. Wants to get items much quicker. All right. Trying to see here where maybe Bren could potentially start things off. Yeah, usually for Alice, since it's been a while, main condition, Clock of Destiny. Once that Clock of Destiny is already there as your first item, that's your go time. Before that, you want to be a little bit slower, try not to be overly aggressive. Once you get the Clock of Destiny and it's even close, maybe Omega wins the first few trades, it's still good for AP Bren.
Yeah.
That's the thing, you're looking for trades.
Yep.
What if Omega don't allow for that? They have a very strong pick-off. You have Super Yoshi, you have Lewis. Those alone, whatever you answer with, even if you do get Heart Guard, they could just kill, retreat, kill, retreat.
But then James Pax too, even on this Alice, I'm thinking we'd see a lot more of his killer instinct, and there you go, Luis, close call for him, but Kekidot might be traded here. Andorio dances with the electrifying beats, and it is gonna be first blood going into the hands of Omega.
That's not how you do it. Not like that, AP Bren. Again, we literally just set the condition for you guys for the early game. I know you guys were trying to get down Luis, but then where's everybody else on the map? Even if that was just the glue there that you saw, there's a high chance because of the early game, Turtle about to come up, that the other members of Omega are close by. Don't know why they triggered that.
Oh, they walked into that one, Tsunami Slam!
And Super Yoshi's just right there. Kekidot once again might fall! And that's his second death of the day. James Pax, even with the Heart Guard, won't survive. 4 members of Smart Omega, and they take Sindel along with them too.
3 for free. The Barangay are running through the bees. Renmar, is it just me or did Sindel not press the blood flow when he should have?
Yeah, James Banks, I think, could
James
not,
Banks, rather.
He could not flowing blood. Something may have interrupted him as he was just about to press it. Usually that's the case for Alice's. He already threw it out, so he already had the mindset of, okay, I want to get out of here. But something might have micro-stunned him just for enough for him to not press it.
Kept him in place. That is tragic for AP Bren, who are down now about 2,000 gold. And that reflects all across the map. If anything, it's just Der who's flourishing in the aggression that Omega are putting out.
That delays AP Bren's timers a lot more. Since earlier it was just Kekidot being the one who's constantly eliminated by Smart Omega, but even James Pax getting caught in and getting delayed in terms of his farming, that's not a good sign for AP Bren at this point.
Yeah. Oh.
There's another Tsunami Slam too. Heart Guard once again, already done with its cooldown, but I don't think Dare would have been able to survive that either way. And now they're able to go in, contest the purple buff, which goes into the hands of James Pax nonetheless. But Super Yoshi with another Tsunami Slam. It's just making things so hard for James Pax to actually move around.
You know what? I think it's a happy accident that Sindel's ult did not go all the way to Dare.
Yeah.
That would have been a double.
Absolutely disastrous start here for AP Bren. Them taking overly aggressive skirmish before the first turtle eventually got punished into a great call by Omega to decide to tell Luis, leave the CC there. We don't care if the CC gets gold from the energy shield, but we can pressure the jungle even more with the glue. Now with 5 assists, this glue is going to be unstoppable up until AP Bren are full built on their items.
Yeah, it's a 5-0 right now for Smart Omega. Clearly on the snowball, and now they catch Dare once again, forcing out the Heart Guard from Sindel.
So the former gold laner slash roamer of AP Bren is now forced to babysit. He's literally just there to not allow Omega these free kills. But here's the worst thing, all right? If he does fail, that's 2 free kills to the Barangay.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
He's here
no!
alone, and there's no Heart Guard to keep him alive. Ukir's now on a killing spree. And Super Yoshi goes in once again. Tsunami Slam into the bullets. once more for the Bees.
It happened again.
Yep. This time it was the terrifying grasp of the Vixana stopping James Banks from getting away. And it turned into Super Yoshi with a great call to flicker Tidal Strike to make sure that he can get the Tsunami Slam onto Sindel. Again, it's just... it's an absolute dog water start for AP Bren. No other way to put it. Everything that they could have done wrong happened, and everything that Omega could have done right happened.
The Barangay are dog walking AP Bren right now. Every single turtle, every single turret that they set their eyes on, every kill that they could, they got. And again, the fact that it's there who's flourishing is a non-starter. He's literally the one lane that Omega don't care about.
Yeah, he's all flourishing, but just single Rhapsody already brings him down to half HP. So that says a lot about the current situation AP Bren is currently in. Aside the fact that James Panks still needs to farm, Shizu still needs to farm, everyone still needs to farm, but how could you farm if you're just being thrown right like that? There's a counter AOG coming in from Kekedot, but will they have enough damage to deal with this?
Nope.
Shizu on the Zaman Force, trying to somehow respond to Smart Omega, but they just walk away.
You cannot escape the escape artist. Renmar, you saw what I saw.
Yep, and that was AP Bren. My goodness, they threw everything in. They could just not get that glue down and not get anyone else out of the side of Omega. They didn't have the damage. They should have just did not have the damage anymore. It was a great setup. Kekedot got a great AOG to follow it up. Dare even had a really good curtain call. But at this point, the lead of Omega is just way too big for AP Bren to do anything good with.
I mean, it's 7 minutes and 7K.
Yep, it's 1,000 and change up per minute. It's literally now a arms race. It's a difference in firepower. They are on different tax brackets, ladies and gentlemen. Smart Omega are sipping champagne while AP Bren are working with scraps.
Yeah, Omega, at this point, Omega can afford to sip on champagne. AP Bren doesn't even need to pay taxes. They're not in the bracket.
They're living on welfare right now. Look, the waves are all they're relying on, but it's at this point, while we're waiting for a Lord about a minute out, Smart Omega says, just freeze.
I wonder what AP Bren's able to do in this kind of situation. I mean, even their reliance on wave clear requires them to at least come close to all these minions, all these waves. And
that's the painful truth is, yes, when it comes down to when they're defending, right, they have very bad wave clear.
I'm gonna say now, if somehow, look, Omega doesn't even have radiant armors, man. That's how much no damage AP Bren has.
All right, they're on their way. Like, most of them are halfway, too.
Halfway. There's an Oracle on there, but the main thing that you could give AP Bren a lot of problems item-wise, wait.
Oh, there's a curtain call that was used on the two members, though. This might be actually timing for AP Bren. They go in with the Zaman Force as well, but James Pams gets taken out, and they're trying to work on the backlines. Might successfully take out here, and there you go. They actually take out two in exchange of 3 members of the Bees, but Andoryu still chasing after Dare.
Oh, can he get away? No, he can't. Godlike for the nightmare.
Renmar, you were saying?
Now that's it, AP Bren, like, I mean, there isn't even radiant armors on the side of Omega.
Still!
And they're still struggling, and they're already struggling like this.
And Omega almost dropped the ball, like they almost took a fight that had everything going right for AP Bren.
Yeah.
The AOG, the Zaman Force, the curtain call, but still, the firepower difference, the 8K gold between them.
Ukir's ultimate drops have been on point. The Eternal Guardian of the Vixana have been really, really good. That engagement by AP Bren, that was a 3-man knockup that Ukir got.
Yeah.
And we've been seeing that all throughout this game. So the combination of the Super Yoshi and Ukir bring to the table exactly what we talked about. For them to set the tempo, if they're playing their A game, it makes the life of Andoryu easy, it makes the life of Jome easy. Who, again, struggling to get a good KDA record, but he hasn't struggled farming. That's a good thing going for Omega.
Yeah, and Andoryu's 7-0-4, so you know he's had a really good time.
Exactly what we said earlier too during the lineups.
His run here is a dream come true. The Nightmare is living a dream come true. Almost perfect joy game. And he's just waiting for the rest of Omega to say, all right, go ahead, power push that bottom lane. We're breaking into the base. Good news for AP Bren is they still at least have a Holy Shield in mid.
Just in mid.
And now they don't.
Now they don't. It's gone even right before the Lord actually makes its way towards their base. And Omega in just 10 minutes. They've already exposed so much for AP Bren. This is gonna be very difficult for them. An Oracle already picked up here by James Pax too, right after the Clock of Destiny.
Okay.
There's so little that you can rely on in terms of damage.
I'll tell you now, this is worse. It's an Athena's shield, Redmar, not even Radiant.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt more.
It's a hard stop.
That shuts down the main magic damage dealer, which is the Harith too. So let's see if AP Bren can somehow pull this off. It's gonna be a defense of a lifetime, a punish of a lifetime if they get this right.
Oh, Tidal Strike didn't connect there, and the flicker was forced from Super Yoshi.
Omega, your minion waves.
All right.
There's a lot of focus in the bot lane for a tower. If they don't get a tower with the next minion wave push, kind of overkill for what they did just trying to get that bottom lane inhibitor, which they did.
Yeah, and again, the flicker was already burned for Super Yoshi, so that's a lot.
Yoshi was overprotecting his deathless stat. I mean, you gotta get it right. They almost lost that fight in the purple. Almost.
Yeah.
This could have not happened, I guess.
Yeah, could have walked away with more towers, but you know what? No point crying over spilled milk. It's already happened. Omega already got the tower in the bottom lane, at least. They burned a flicker for Super Yoshi, but majority of the cooldown timer of that has gone away with not a lot happening in the map. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be back for the next major sequence, which will be a Lord take at 30 seconds and counting. While AP Bren already has the info where Super Yoshi is, them going out here would spell their doom.
That's right.
They have to accept that they just got to play in their base.
In my humble opinion, and not like it matters, AP Bren should not contest.
Hey, it does matter.
Thank you. Thank you for the reassurance.
Your opinion matters.
Yes, it does.
You cannot face the darkness alone. It gets lighter when you share it.
That's true.
Oh, but
share your problems with the world.
I just watched Thunderbolts. You'll get it. 9K ahead. Smart Omega start up the Lord. I reckon it should be a blitz. Like, oh my God, what's AP Bren doing? You're thinking about it.
They are getting out of the base.
They're thinking about it. They should be welcoming the waves.
Well, Sindel's just waiting.
Back off it. Maybe we whisper
There's a conceal.
No!
Oh, there you go. There's a flicker into the Tsunami Slam, but there's a counter AOG coming in from Kekeda, but everyone's split up. Dare couldn't even find a target from behind, and Andoryu takes down Shizu before he gets to do anything. Now it's Sindel, and a flicker from Jong to seal the triple, and James Pax will be able to escape, but not for long, because there's Luis catching him with a grab, and Jong goes for the Maniac!
Smart Omega marching straight for the base.
This is game number 1, and the Barangay takes it to their hands.
Well,